what it is. Ma'am, the floor is yours. Tell us what the heck this is.
Okay, so ChatGPT is a part of a type of AI called generative AI, right? So where it creates new things. So basically, ChatGPT is a large language model where they have trained it with a huge section of the internet to understand and predict the next word. So you can ask ChatGPT, literally, as Lori has experienced, you can chat with it and it'll come back in full paragraphs.
In English.
In English.
Not in tech. Not in that. It's in English so people understand.
Absolutely. It is in, it can actually it can pass the GMAT, it can pass the law exam. So it can comprehend language and it can answer questions, it can write code, so it can write software. And there is another type called DALI that can create you can tell it, create a picture of a dog eating pizza in the style of Rembrandt, and it'll render a picture.
Okay, ma'am. Where does one get this kind of stuff from? Like, how do I get started to get that kind of help?
Okay, so it is totally free. You can use the free version. Go to OpenAI, or you just Google ChatGPT and it'll pull it up, and you can just go ahead and start asking it your questions. We can do it right now after
it's
the show's
amazing.
over.
So I worked on a job description last week for hours. And then I thought about, wait a minute, what about ChatGPT? I went in and I figured it out. I may be in technology placing people, but I am not technologically,
You're not that person.
I'm not good. So I went in, found the link and said, can you give me a job description for a director of IT? Within 10 seconds, it had a full job description and it was pretty accurate. And it does, and you have to know what you're doing. I have to read it and make sure it's okay, and then add a few things to it and edit it. But it was amazing. Like Sonali said, it takes the place of that blank paper, like same thing with writing a resume. If you're out there struggling to write a resume, you could put things in there and it can help you start it, and then you could edit it a little bit. I mean, it's unbelievable what it can do.
All right, Sonali. Now, for people who don't know, we from the tech standpoint, people writing code.
Mm-hmm.
That was something some years ago. You had to go write code and all this. Now you're saying ChatGPT writes code.
That's correct.
Okay, ma'am. So what happens to that aspect of, employment?
So you're always going to need the human in the loop, right?
Okay.
Because yes, it can write basic code, and granted, these systems are going to get better. But some of the complex code, or the explainability of the code will have to be done by a human. So I don't see those jobs going away. In fact, Lori and I were just talking about, we don't know what new jobs will be created. So folks have to stay open-minded